What's up, Internet? This is how you know I'm not prepared to record in the car anymore, because my dashboard on this vehicle doesn't even really allow my phone to be sideways, like from this angle where I have my phone holder or whatever it's called. So what we're going to talk about on the way to the Dunkin' Donuts is what we're doing today. We're going old school. My old route used to be basically spanning the length of Connecticut, or the height of Connecticut lengthwise, whatever you want to call it. Going from Waterbury all the way up to Manchester, basically dipping my toe into every thrift store along the way. And I stopped doing it every day because, for one, well, it's stupid. It's really dumb. It's not the best use of your time. It's a waste of gas. Now, one thing to note is we're going to be going into a lot of Goodwills, and if my Goodwills are anything like your Goodwills have been lately, for video game hunting, it's non-existent. Maybe one slips through the cracks every once in a while, but here in Connecticut, you're looking at probably a total of 5 video games in all the Goodwills right now on the shelves in Connecticut, I would bet. Like, that's a high estimate too. And that's even counting sports games. They don't really even let them slip through the cracks anymore, which is really weird, but that's what they're doing. So it really doesn't work to thrift in Connecticut for video games, for content, or for your collection, or for reselling even. You have to branch out, and that's why we're doing other things. We're grabbing books, we're grabbing toys, electronics. But we'll see how today goes. Alright, so we might have planned poorly in general coming here on a Wednesday, which is not really senior day, but it used to be senior day. They opened up all the sales to everybody, so everybody shows up. And normally I'd be like 3rd in line, instead I was like 30th in line. So now we're heading over to Savers in Newington, which I used to always do right after this, because Savers is honestly the best thrift store, like chain thrift store. Well, has more than one in Connecticut, although that barely means anything. I think they have like 3 or 4 locations left. They've been shutting them down. They still will put out video games, but it used to be a good 2 people could eat thrift store. Now it's a 1 person could eat, and Unknown Video Game Hunter is always the first person in line. And if he's not one of the people that tries to be the first person in line, that, yeah, it's a whole thing. Basically, Gamers Manuel and I made that store too popular, and to the point where we don't even really go there anymore. But I'm gonna go there today because they do slack on media, or you know, the hunters slack on media. Book scanners don't really go there that often, so I could usually find a decent amount. And we'll basically get to see what Unknown Video Game Hunter found today, I guess. So I'm gonna try something a little different for this video, and instead of really talk about what I'm seeing in these thrift stores, because I'm not gonna see much video game wise or even toy wise, I imagine, I'm gonna talk about some of the best finds I've had in these specific stores. Like, for instance, this store we're going into, the Savers, like I said before, is one that Manny and I used to be able to basically go, you go left, I go right, see what we find, because the glass case would have some good stuff, and the shelf would have some good stuff. I found multiple copies of Klonoa 2 on the shelf. Some really good finds. I know Manny had a lot better finds in the case at this store, but it's really kind of gone downhill because now the only thing they'll put in the case generally is like an overpriced Wii, an overpriced and probably broken Xbox 360. Alright, I'm out of here. Even Unknown Video Game Hunter didn't find anything. And this is going to be my clip that I send him later when he says, oh dude, after you left, this is what came out. Alright, so this next thrift store we're going into is the one where I had probably my best thrifting video game related find, actually just any find ever. And it was the Inbox Vectrix 3D imaging glasses. And I ended up trading it to a private local collector for all the NES Mega Man games and stacks of Super Nintendo games that are like definite must-haves, like the Donkey Kong Countries, Mario World, a few, like, it's been so long my brain cannot remember, but basically an $800 find is what it equated to at the time. Alright, this next thrift store we're going into here is one that actually, I don't want to curse it, I'm actually recording these voiceover clips before I've even stepped into the store just to save time. I don't want to curse it, probably not finding anything right now on this video, but in the past, and I mean like last year, this is the store that for like $2 I found Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on the GameCube complete. Wild. Alright, this has been horrible at best. So, we got 2 more thrift stores to go. And I've found nothing. Not even to resell. Since I left my usual thrift store that I usually go to. Usually. Alright, this last Goodwill here is one that I, in the past, obviously, not currently, because look at what I'm seeing right now, found Shin Megami Tensei 4 Collector's Edition on the 3DS. I found Power Stone for the Dreamcast, Power Stone 2, I can't remember which one I found, I don't have them anymore, but some really good finds like that. And now it's just, well, you're seeing it. One of the things I'm finding especially frustrating for me, not just today, but in general, thrifting in Connecticut here, is it feels like if you're not the first person in a store, it's like, why are you even here? So this store is absolutely packed, the Goodwill I'm in front of that I just left. No one knows how to get out of anybody's way. No one knows how to say excuse me, anything. And it's 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. We're not all resellers. You're not all retired. What are you guys doing here? here we go. This is the last thrift store of the day. I don't have high hopes. This is possibly the most competitive book scanning thrift store. Had people, after I got to a section before them, come through and literally take all the new books from the other sections I'm not currently scanning and put them in their cart, so I'd have nothing to look at after I was done. And for video games here, I think I found Guitaru Man for PS2. Really uncommon, if not rare game. So, let's see what we got today. About $20 spent there. I'll do a quick recap at home, go over my thoughts on the day and what I should make, because I don't think any of this I'm keeping. And we'll also go over whether or not I could continue doing this on days like today. Alright guys, let's take a look at what I got from this day of thrifting my old route, which I don't do anymore, and I really thought it was going to be a lot worse than this. The last savers really kind of saved it. We found this 3 manga lot of Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt. Apparently volume 4 is pretty expensive, but we didn't get that. A few extra pieces of media here, Fangoria and Giant Killer, and He Changed the World, talking about Steve Irwin, memorial tribute. And we had started the day off with this other manga lot, this complete series of Samurai 8, or Samurai Infinite, I don't know what it really is, from the legendary creator of Naruto. And we're looking at $42 spent with about $75 profit. And mind you, when I say that, I actually mean it. And by that, I mean, a lot of creators will just say, everything here is worth $150, but they don't do the actual math. Like, I've deducted all the fees, I've deducted the shipping. I would say whenever I tell you what the profit is, it's going to be about 75 or less, because what will happen is, if this sits on eBay for 5 months and doesn't sell, I'm probably going to drop the price. Same thing with the other stuff that's going to eBay. And that's just the real world of reselling. Damn, that's a good name for a show. Anyway, if you could do me a favor, please devastate that like button. I had planned to say that, and now that I've said it, it kind of disgusts me. Absolutely, like, does not taste good in the mouth. But anyway, I'll be seeing you.